Welcome to Danny's Den. Today, we dive into the everyday mix of law, love, parenting, sports, and pop culture. Let's chat. Picture this. Saturday, Little League, and your kid runs onto the field with a jersey that lists a last name you don't recognize, or sometimes two different names depending on who ordered the shirt. That tiny, bright moment, it can carry a stack of legal forms and a lot of feeling.
Here's my take. Rituals keep kids safe right now. Clear orders keep them safe later. You need both.
Okay, quick promise. By the end of this episode, you'll have a short, court-smart checklist, a few sentences you can actually say to your kid tonight, and a tiny music and jersey ritual to try this weekend. Sound good? Right?
Let's start practical. For adults, most name changes begin with a petition to your local court. You fill forms, give notice if your state requires it, and the judge checks for fraud or other harms. For kids, there's an extra step. Courts usually ask whether the change is in the child's best interest and whether parents consent. So what does a judge actually look for? Mostly these things: honesty in the request, absence of intent to defraud, and, for children, evidence that the change promotes stability. Simple as that. Yep. Paperwork you'll most often need: a petition, the child's birth certificate, proof of parentage or guardianship, and a notice of hearing. Some states want background checks or publication in a local paper. Timelines vary, weeks in some places, months in others, so check local rules early. Got it? Little useful trick. When you file, attach a one-paragraph declaration describing how the name change helps the child's daily life. Sample line for a declaration: I request this change because using the child's new name at school and in medical records will reduce confusion and support the child's consistent care and identity. Keep it short, factual, and child-centered. Now, choices after divorce or remarriage. They're part legal and part emotional. You can keep a name, revert, hyphenate, or take a partner's name. For children, a step-parent adoption is another option, and that changes parental rights as well. Each path has pros and cons. Hyphenation can honor both parents, but can be clunky on forms. Adoption can create belonging, but it's a big legal step with long-term consequences. Talk values first, paperwork second. That matters. When you sit down with your child, match your words to their age. For small kids, use consistent language. This is your family name, and this is what teachers will see. For teens, invite their voice. Ask what feels like home and what feels like pressure. Their view matters more as they get older. Right? Try this opener tonight. I want your name to feel like yours. Can we talk about what you'd like and what makes you uncomfortable? I want to support you. Short, open, centered on them.
Conflict happens. Co-parents disagree, or someone uses a different name out of hurt. Swap angry texts for a short, signed note when you can. Even an emailed agreement about what name to use at school or on uniforms helps. Small paperwork, big peace. If mediation is available, try it before filing. It protects relationships more often than a courtroom fight. But if litigation is unavoidable, build a clean record. Dates of conversations, who is using which name where, and declarations from teachers or coaches about routine and stability. Let me give one concrete example. A mom I worked with had complications because school records listed the child under a step-parent's last name, while medical records used the biological parent's name. The judge wanted to know which name the child used at school every day and which grown-up provided day-to-day care. Details like that matter. Which brings us back to rituals, the part you can do today. Jerseys, locker tags, nicknames from the stands. These tiny public acts tell a child they belong. If a kid is deciding on a name, let them pick the name on the back of the jersey for the season. Make that choice theirs. It lands. And music, seriously, music matters. Pick a short playlist or a 30-second intro cue you play when your child walks in or puts on a jersey. Consistent audio plus consistent name equals a safety signal. 2 songs, one upbeat for celebration, one gentle for reflection. Use them every time. Right before we land, one more time. Rituals protect kids now. Clear orders protect them later.
Keep both in mind. Quick, screenshot-friendly checklist. 1. Check local court rules and forms. 2. If both parents agree, get written consent. 3. Collect records that show day-to-day continuity. 4. Try mediation before filing. 5. Use game day rituals and a playlist to support identity while paperwork moves. Then update Social Security, school, DMV step by step after a court order. Quick music homework. Add a short, name-affirming lyric to your rotation. Something simple that says, "You belong here." Make it a tiny anthem before a game or a family dinner. Rituals stick, I promise. Thanks for spending this time with me. If this episode landed on something you're dealing with, email Danielle@thelegalassistancecenter.net to book a free 30-minute consultation and subscribe to Danny's Den for more law meets life tips. Let's chat.